All right, welcome into Pure Adrenaline Baseball, everybody. This is John coming back at you this week with our updated MLB Power Rankings. Today is September 1st, so last month of the regular season is upon us, and still some divisions that are going to be up for grabs. Definitely wild card spots as well. So let's keep going through our Power Rankings. Thank you all so much for the support on the new channel. Really appreciate it. If you want to see our MLB NFL live streams, make sure you check out the Pure Adrenaline Sports YouTube channel. All our live reaction streams are on that channel. All of them, no matter what sport. But yeah, just started doing some baseball stuff solo on this side just to keep things separated a little bit. And thank you so much once again for the support. So let's get into the top 30 this week. The Chicago White Sox still coming in at number 30. No change there. Worst team in baseball getting ready. If the Mets win today, it'll be the 22nd time this season that Chicago's been swept. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but not a very good team. Number 29, no changes. 25 through 30, no changes. So we'll just hop through those real quick. The Miami Marlins coming in at number 29. 29 with the Marlins. 28 with the Colorado Rockies. At 27, we have the Angels. 26, we have the Oakland A's. I believe they're just going to be called the A's or Athletics next year with no city. I believe they'll be playing in Sacramento, but they're just going to go by the A's. And at number 25, the Washington Nationals. Number 25, a team that a month and a half, 2 months ago, was right in the mix of the National League wildcard race and has completely fallen out of it. And at the trade deadline, traded away a couple pieces. But let's start getting into it. Let's start moving up towards number 20. A team that at the beginning of the year was not, I don't want to say hot, but they were up there. Then they kind of fell back. Then they moved back up towards the National League wildcard standings, but now they've moved back again, 4-6 over their last 10. The Pittsburgh Pirates, they got the red down arrow. That means they've dropped 3 or more spots, and they have dropped 4 spots. They were number 20 last week, down to number 24 this week. So number 24. No change from last week. At number 23, the defending world champion Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers coming in at number 23. They've been hampered by injuries all season long, so it'll be interesting to see how they rebound next year. I believe Scherzer's a free agent. DeGrom has started doing some rehab stuff, so we'll see how they fare over the last month. Coming in at number 22, new move from last week again, 1 game under 500, the Tampa Bay Rays. Tampa Bay Rays coming in at number 22. And with the green and red arrows, like I said, that's teams that have moved up or down 3 or more spots. So not much of that this week. We had a lot of 1 or 2 spots, but not 3 or 4 spots, not 3 or more spots. So, but the other one, the Toronto Blue Jays, they moved up 3 spots from last week. They're 7-3 over their last 10 right now. And they are up to number 21. So that'll be the Blue Jays. So let's keep going here. Once again, leave a comment down below. Do one of the teams 21 through 25. And maybe not through 25, maybe 24 this week. Do one of those teams belong to be in the top 20? Let us know your thoughts. But let's keep climbing here. Coming in at number 20, the St. Louis Cardinals. Coming in at number 20. They're up 1 spot from 21 last week. 6-4 over their last 10. The Cincinnati Reds coming in at number 19. They have dropped 2 spots from number 17 last week. They're 64-73 on the year and 2-8 over their last 10. So they were 62-64 at one point, or 62-65, fighting for that 500 mark, but 2-8 over the last 10. Puts them 9 games under. San Francisco Giants, 1 game under, no movement from last week. They are 68 and 69 right now. So San Francisco stays at the number 18 spot. Up 2 spots. Now 1 game over 500, 7 and 3 over their last 10 as well. Looking at the stats here, they've been their top 10 most pitching categories: 8th in ERA, 10th in runs allowed, 9th in hits allowed, 4th in least home runs allowed. But offense struggling: 24th in average, 20th in runs, 23rd in hits, 22nd in home runs, and 25th in stolen bases. So Detroit with a lot to improve on. But you're pitching. Hey, you can add some bats in the offseason. Detroit can be a team fighting for a wild card spot next season. Coming in at number 16, a team 4 and 6 over their last 10. They dropped 2 spots from 14 last week to 16 this week. The Boston Red Sox. If you guys hang out with our live streams, you'll know Thomas Fitzpatrick is part of our crew here at Pure Adrenaline, but he's got his own channel as well. He does a lot of Red Sox games, and I know he's been frustrated as of late, but still fighting for that wild card spot. I believe right now they would miss out. I believe they're in the 4th spot. So we'll see how they do the rest of the last month here of the season. Let's get up to number 15, the Seattle Mariners, a team that gets hot for a week and then struggles for a week. Gets hot for a week and then struggles again. So the Seattle Mariners, 5 and 5, 2 games over 500, up 1 spot from last week at number 16 to number 15. So once again, like I did through 21 through 24, 15 through 20 here, do one of those teams not belong in the top 20? Or 15 through 20, do one of those teams belong higher? Let us know with a comment down below. As always, hit that thumbs up while you're leaving a comment as well. I will respond to all the comments. But let's start marching up towards number 10. Coming in at number 14, a team that's hot right now, 8 and 2 over their last 10, 4 games over 500. Only 4 games out of a wild card spot right now in the National League, the Chicago Cubs. Cubs playing well right now. And up 1 spot. No movement from last week. Coming in at number 13, my New York Mets, currently sitting 8 games over 500, 72 and 64. And like I said, going for the sweep of the White Sox today. So we'll see. They still need help. They're still 2 games behind Atlanta for that last wild card spot. So about 4 games behind the Padres right now, and Arizona, 4 games behind Arizona as well. So let's have some work to do over the last month here. Coming in at number 12, down 2 spots from last week, 3 and 7 over their last 10. So they've fallen. The Minnesota Twins coming in at number 12. And before we get to the top 10, let's finish this out here at number 11, 7 and 3 over their last 10. Right now, they've lost 2 out of 3 in their 4-game set against the Phillies. The Atlanta Braves right now. Atlanta Braves, even though they've had all the injuries, still fighting there, not only for the division, but still for that last wild card spot. So it'll be interesting to see the National League East, how it comes down here the last 4 weeks. All right, once again, 11 through 15, that range there. Does one of those teams belong in the top 10? And then we'll get into the top 10, and maybe you guys don't think any one of these teams or so don't belong in the top 10. But let's go. Coming in at number 10, down 1 spot from last week, 5 and 5 over their last 10. Right now, still in that, they're still in the race for the division and the National League West. The Padres coming in at number 10. Padres at number 10. Up 2 spots from last week, 6 and 4 over their last 10 games as well. They were 11th last week, 9th this week. The Houston Astros. Astros coming in at number 9. Down 1 spot from last week, 7-8. Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona Diamondbacks. So the team, I know it's my team, the Mets are my team, and I'm surprised they didn't move at all over the week. Before playing Chicago, their last 10 games were against Baltimore, San Diego, and Arizona, and they won 6 out of the 10, and they did not go up in the power rankings. That's all right. Still 13th right now. Still fighting 2 games out, fighting for that last wild card spot. All right, coming in at number 7, up 1 spot, the Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians coming in at number 7. So before we get to the top 5, number 6, down 1 spot from last week, the Kansas City Royals. All right. So do any of the 6 through 10 teams belong in the top 5, or do any of them belong outside the top 10? Let us know. And remember, some of you guys leave comments and say, well, that team's got a better record than that team. I don't just factor in win-loss record. I factor in run differential, wins against good teams, losses against bad teams. That's all factored in as well. So it's just not wins and losses. All right, let's start marching up towards that number 1 spot. We'll see if the Dodgers hold on like they were last week. Coming in at number 5, up 1 spot from last week, the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles come in at number 5. Right now, it looks like they're a game and a half behind the Yankees for the division. And things are heating up in the National League as well for that number 1 spot. The Dodgers, Brewers, and Phillies all within 2 games of each other. But yeah, so we'll keep an eye on those races as well. But coming in at number 4, the Philadelphia Phillies. 6-4 over their last 10. Looks like that offense is starting to come to life again. And it'll be a big month. I know they have 7 games against my Mets. So that's that series, those 7 games are gonna help determine things in the National League East and the National League wildcard standings. All right, down 1 spot from number 2 last week, the New York Yankees coming in at number 3. Number 3 right now. So the top 2 teams. The top 2 teams this week. The Milwaukee Brewers move into the number 2 spot. And right now would move into the number 2. They would move into the number 2 spot in the National League. So right now, the Dodgers and Brewers would get the wild card, or would get the first round buys, with the Phillies having to play that 3rd wild card team. And that means the Dodgers coming in at number 1 again, back-to-back weeks. So let us know your thoughts on our MLB Power Rankings. Once again, 1 through 5, if one of those teams deserves to be higher than they are, let me know. Of course, you can't get any higher than 1, so the Dodgers at 1. But does one of those other teams deserve to be ahead of them? Or does 6 through 10, does one of those teams belong in the top 5 and somebody drops out? So we will be back live with the Mets. No, not the Mets. The Braves and Phillies game Sunday night. We'll be hanging out during that game over on the PureAdrenaline Sports channel. And plenty of streams coming up this week as well over there between the Mets streams, the Texas Rangers streams with Cam. Thursday kicks off the NFL season. We'll be live for Ravens and Chiefs. So hope to see everybody in a live stream over there. And until next week with the Power Rankings, thank you all so much. We will see you next time.